Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Big Donch Show. Today, we're going to be recapping Week 12 of the NFL season. You know what I got on. I got the Pittsburgh Steelers hat. What a win. Definitely proud. First game back without Matt Canada. Woo-wee. And we definitely saw it. Well, not in the first half. Second half, though, we did. Let's get into the NFL recaps. Week 12 already. Unbelievable. Thanksgiving. We saw some games. Always a great time. Make sure, okay, to subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram and TikTok, Big Donch. Okay, let's get right into this. Lions, Packers. I'm so disappointed with that game. I was rooting for the Lions. Wanted to see them finally get a dub. Prime time on Thanksgiving, and they just couldn't get it done. Come on. Against the Packers, too, who I thought the Lions were a better team than. I still think the Lions are a better team than the Packers. They just play like crap. That fourth down call that Campbell made, fake punt, it was stupid. Terrible territory. I know Campbell's known for making those great decisions or brave decisions. Stupid idea. And obviously came back to bite him. Didn't work out too well for him. So, either way. Lions, they won. I'm sorry, they lost 22-29 to the Packers. Packers are creeping up. 5-6. Lions, 8-3. But Jordan Love now. 268 yards, 3 touchdowns he had. He had a pretty, inconsistent start to the season. Definitely playing some good football now. Jared Goff, 332 yards and 2 touchdowns. So it was definitely a good performance. A lot of Jared Goff had some turnovers and fumbles. No good there. But still, Lions fans, you got Jared Goff. You're still in good hands. You'll still be all right. You should have won that. They'll still compete for the AFC or NFC North. Packers are creeping up. I'm still not worried if I'm a Lions fan. I think they'll still win the NFC North. David Montgomery had 71 yards and a touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 9 receptions, 95 yards. Christian Watson finally did good. 5 receptions, 94 yards, and a touchdown. Good for him. Okay. He's doing good now. He was inconsistent in the beginning. He was dealing with some hamstring injuries. But he's better now. So that's that. Another Thanksgiving game we saw. We saw the Cowboys versus Commanders. Can we please give the Cowboys a hard matchup for once on Thanksgiving? Always having cupcake matchups, destroying the Commanders, 45-10. Sam Howell, he's still throwing a lot of yards, probably from junk yards, but he had 300 yards and an interception. Dak Prescott, 331 yards and 4 touchdowns. He keeps playing like that. He's going to be an MVP candidate. He may already be an MVP candidate. Tony Pollard, he's starting to pick it up now too. 79 yards and a touchdown. Brandon Cooks, 72 yards and a touchdown. For the Commanders, Brian Robinson Jr. had 53 yards, and Curtis Samuel had 100 yards receiving. Sam Howell also the only touchdown with a rushing touchdown. Cowboys are in 3. Commanders 4-8. So let's take a look now at 49ers and Seahawks. That was the last game. That was another blowout. Seahawks, they're starting to be frauds. I knew Geno Smith was going to be a one-hit wonder. No disrespect. Okay, I'm rooting for the guy. But he just didn't have it anymore. 49ers win 31. Seahawks 13. Geno Smith had 180 yards, an interception. Brock Purdy, 209 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Christian McCaffrey, though, he could be Offensive Player of the Year candidate and MVP. 114 yards and 2 touchdowns. What are we doing here? Put him in the MVP candidate. Just because he's a running back doesn't mean anything. 114 yards and 2 touchdowns. And not only that, of course, he's a great receiving running back. 5 receptions, 25 yards. Not really good receiving-wise this week, but still received a lot, has a lot of receiving yards. Deebo Samuel had a rushing touchdown. He had 79 yards receiving, and Brandon Ayuk, only 2 receptions, 50 yards, but he did have a touchdown. So let's go over to the Sunday games now. Dolphins, Jets. Well, this was actually Friday, I forgot. Black Friday football. I think it's stupid, right? It's obviously for the money. Dolphins ended up winning 34, Jets 13. Tim Boyle starting quarterback, stupid. I get it, Zach Wilson not the answer, but he definitely wasn't the problem. Alrighty. Jets, it's unbelievable how downhill they went. I mean, obviously, Aaron Rodgers going down hurts. Your 3-time MVP hurts. But I feel like it was still some coaching issues there. Robert Saleh starting Tim Boyle, having Zach Wilson as the emergency quarterback, the third-string quarterback. Ridiculous. And if you're not going to want to start Zach Wilson, don't start Tim Boyle. I don't even know how Tim Boyle's still in the league. How he's still in the league is beyond me. Could have signed a veteran. Matt Ryan. Nick Foles. Colt McCoy. Way better options than Tim Boyle. You have a chance to make playoffs. You still do, but you definitely did last week. You had a bigger chance last week. Why go after Tim Boyle as your quarterback? It makes no sense. Okay? There's rumors that Aaron Rodgers can come back for playoffs if they made it. So go for playoffs. It is what it is. Colts 27, Buccaneers to 20. Mike Evans had a touchdown. Gardner Minshew, I'm trying to root for him. He's playing okay, but he's winning. He's winning. Just like that, the Colts are in the wild card spot. Bills would have took it. I'm pretty sure if they would have beat the Eagles. That game was a good game. Giants 10, Patriots 7. Mac Jones had an interception. I don't know, man. The downfall of Mac Jones needs to be studied. Patriots are tanking, though, obviously. Giants, they're tanking too. We saw it was a tank game, a toilet bowl. 10-7, that's a toilet bowl. Both teams were trying to lose. Danny DeVito, though, playing good football. I don't know. Both of those teams are a mess, but Patriots, I feel like they're more organized. It's Bill Belichick already. One of the greatest coaches of all time. One of the greatest organizations of all time. Giants, too, but lately they've been bad. And this organization they have, it's all a mess there. Steelers, 16. Let's go, baby. Bengals 10. Steelers are now 7-4. Bengals 5-6. First game without Matt Canada. And guess what happens? 400 yards receiving. Not 400 yards receiving. 400 total yards finally. Kenny Pickett does not throw touchdowns, but he doesn't throw interceptions either. So I can appreciate that. I was a big critic of Kenny Pickett over the past couple of weeks. I'm not a critic of him this week. He played good. He still missed some throws. Still spins out of the pocket. But he played better. Thing is, we got to score more than 16 points. Bengals had their backup quarterback in. We got to score more than 16 points. Obviously, their backup quarterback doesn't play defense, but we got to utilize off it. Jake Brennan did play some pretty solid football. 227 yards, a touchdown, but an interception. Najee Harris, 50 carries for 99 yards and a touchdown. I thought his days of having close to 100 yards, of course 1 yard short, but close to that many yards was over. Wasn't the case. Pat Freiermuth, we finally utilize him. I said last week, hit Pat Freiermuth across the middle. He had 9 receptions, 120 yards. Jamar Chase had 4 receptions, 81 yards. So, Jalen Warren, 13 receptions, 49 yards rushing. He had a fumble, though, which is pretty bad. But George Pickens had 3 receptions, 58 yards. We still got to target him more. He needs to be having 5+ receptions every week. Let's go back to Antonio Brown days when he had the record, I think, for most consecutive games with at least 5+ receptions. We should be doing that to George Pickens. Deontay Johnson, 4 receptions, 50 yards, dropped a touchdown. But if we challenge, though, could have been a touchdown. TJ Watt, he had 2 sacks. Defensive player of the year already. Trenton Thompson, playing good football, had an interception with 5 tackles. Cam Hayward also had a sack. And then Nick Herbert had a sack. That was a huge sack. He lit him up. But, hey, we're in the wild card now. Let's still compete for this division. It's going to be hard with the Ravens. But the Browns and the Bengals, they lose both their quarterbacks. We got lucky. Steelers got lucky. Alrighty, we got to play better, though. We have the Cardinals next week. We need to put up, I want to see us put up at least 25 points. Hey, what's up, Derpy Entertainment? I'm doing a live show. Thanks for stopping by. I want to see at least 25 points the Steelers put up, and I want to see a blowout win. Alrighty, I don't want to have the Cardinals more than 10 points. All right, I want to win by more than a touchdown for once. I'm sick of these close games. Titans 17, Panthers 10. Panthers firing everybody, cleaning house. I think it's still a mess. Bryce Young, I'm not calling him a bust. He's in a terrible situation, but he is undersized. He's not playing good football. But don't give up on him yet. Titans, Will Levis is playing some good football. He's definitely their guy for the Titans. I don't like to say a quarterback's their guy or the future after 1 or 2 games, but we see the Titans, they're playing better football with Will Levis. And Will Levis is just a younger, more athletic guy behind them. Jaguars, Texans, another great game. Jaguars win 24-21. We saw the Texans, Amendola, the kicker, who got cut, unfortunately, even though he'd been missing pretty field goals also, not just the last one. Bounced right off the crossbar. But good football. That was for the battle of the AFC South. Texans were climbing up. Jaguars, they hit it though. I still think the Jaguars were a better team overall. Some referee problems, I agree. But Jaguars win that. They're going to be cruising now. Not cruising. Still competing with the Texans and the Colts. But that was definitely a big win for them. The biggest win for them this season. Falcons 24, Saints 15. Derek Carr, 304 yards and interception. It's hard really to defend Derek Carr. Alrighty, I was rooting for him. I thought he'd really pick up his career again with the Saints. Wasn't the case. He shouldn't have lost. They shouldn't have lost this. 24-15. Come on. Saints are 5-6. I think they're better than the record. Alvin Kamara, 69 yards rushing. Chris Olave, 114 yards receiving. Desmond Ridder, man. I mean, the Falcons, I don't know how they have 5 wins. Terrible coaching, terrible quarterbacks. They're winning, though. Desmond Ridder, 168 yards, a touchdown, but 2 interceptions. They're so inconsistent. One week it's Heineken, one week it's Ridder. I've been saying, dude, Desmond Ridder is probably the worst starting quarterback in the NFL. No disrespect. I don't say that with hate, but jeez. Let's read this. Derpy Entertainment said, I don't know if anyone noticed, but that 05 team went 7-5 and won Super Bowl. Why can't this team do for the Steelers do it? Hey, I mean, honestly, both the years the Steelers won the Super Bowl already, the records weren't that great. I mean, we'll be all right. We definitely won the Super Bowl, but I don't know. We had Big Ben. We had a better defense. We had, especially in 05, we had better, I don't know if we had better coaching, but we had a better defense. We had Ben Roethlisberger. I think we had a better team in 05, but anything could happen. Definitely anything could happen. Bijan Robinson had 91 yards, a touchdown, and Jake London had 5 receptions for 91 yards. Both teams are 5-6. It's a sloppy AFC South, dude. I mean, it's funny how 5-6, both teams, they still have a chance. It's unbelievable. Rams, 37. Cardinals, 14. Okay, Rams blew them out. If Rams could do it, we could do it. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't Ben's defense. I agree. Their defense was way better than our defense, I still feel like. Not way better, but definitely better. And Ben was better than still Kenny Pickett. I'm sure we can agree on that. Matthew Stafford had himself a great game. 229 yards, 4 touchdowns, and interception. Kyler Murray, 256 yards and a touchdown. Kyron Williams, I'm rooting for him. Notre Dame alumni, 143 yards rushing. And they also had 61 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. Hey, I'm rooting for the guy, man. I'm rooting for him. Cooper Kupp, though. I don't want to see the downfall of him, man. I do not want to see the downfall of Cooper Kupp. He had 3 receptions, 18 yards. I don't want to see that. Kyler Murray, 256 yards and a touchdown. He also got a rushing touchdown. Greg Dortch was the only receiving touchdown. So Cardinals 2-10. They're obviously tanking. They could go after Marvin Harrison Jr. Rams 5-6. They're in the NFC West. Those days are over, right? Those days are over. They ain't getting no shot at that. Let's see. Browns, Broncos. Broncos are picking their season up, dude. 29-12. Great. Good for them. They now are above 500. Browns 7-4. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, 134 yards and a touchdown. Everybody's bashing us. All the Browns fans are bashing us. You gotta hold yourself. Dorian Thompson-Robinson played like garbage last week. Kenny Pickett just did too. Okay, that's why y'all beat us. Look what happened now, right? Jerome Ford, 65 yards rushing. David Njoku, 59 yards receiving. Russell Wilson, only 135 yards passing also, but he did have a touchdown. Javonte Williams, 65 yards rushing. Cortland Sutton, 61 yards also. So, it's funny, right? They only scored 1 offensive touchdown, it seems like. 29, geez. How do you score 29? There had to be it. There had to be a 29 points. Let me figure this out quick. Broncos scored. Oh, I'm looking at the Browns. I'm stupid. Broncos scored, 1 touchdown. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, Broncos had 1 passing touchdown, but 2 rushing touchdowns. Okay, that makes sense now. I was about to say, like, how does that even make sense? But I was looking at the wrong one. My fault. I don't think anyone giving the Broncos enough credit. Hey, they didn't deserve the credit in the beginning of the season, but they definitely deserve it now. They definitely deserve it now. They're so talented. I'm surprised last year they were that bad. They're so talented. They have a great head coach who was getting a lot of hate also in the beginning of the year. So Wilson, a lot of people were counting him out. Broncos could definitely turn this around and definitely go deep in the playoffs. I absolutely agree. Eagles, Bills, this one was a heartbreaker, man. I hate the Eagles. I don't like the Bills. But I hate the Eagles. Alrighty? This was such a great game. Overtime. Bills choked. It wasn't Josh Allen's fault. Okay? The defense of the Bills was terrible coaching. that kick by Jake Elliott at the end of that game. That was great. That was clutch. I gotta say, that was clutch. He drilled that, man. I did not expect to see that far in the rain. The Bills' window isn't over. They're 6-6. Anything can happen with them also. They should have won that. They should have won that. There was no excuses, really. All right? You should have won that. Bills are terrible in overtime. Jeez. But Josh Allen, he can do what he does. What else do you want from him? 339 yards and 2 passing touchdowns with 81 yards rushing and 2 rushing touchdowns. He's doing what he could. The Bills' defense just choked. Jalen Hurts, he had the game-winning touchdown. He had 3 passing touchdowns, and then he also had 2 rushing touchdowns. Okay? The first one, I mean, the Philly shove, or whatever they call it, the brotherly shove, I can't knock it. It's legal. It's not illegal. But, come on, everyone's glorifying him with MVP because of his rushing touchdowns and stuff. Half of those are, come on now. Come on. They're easy touchdowns. I'm not saying everybody can do it, but let's not look at his rushing touchdowns and decide that as the MVP. Chiefs, 31. Raiders, 17. Raiders had a good start, but Chiefs just pulled away. Ravens, 20. Chargers, 10. I had the Chargers winning that one. I thought they'd turn it around. Staley got to go. Already. They're 4-7 now. They should not be 4-7. Ravens are 9-3. Lamar Jackson had 177 yards and a passing touchdown. But they got to go. Zay Flowers had a rushing touchdown. Justin Herbert had a touchdown interception. Keenan Allen, 14 receptions for 106 yards. It's crazy what he's doing. Gerald Everett had a touchdown with 43 yards rushing. But Staley got to go, man. They're talented. They're a talented team. And they're not doing anything. This got to be Staley's last season. I mean, that Ravens loss should have been his last game. At home, prime time, you got to beat them, man. I get Ravens are a good team. We beat the Ravens, though. But either way, I mean, Staley got to go. Ravens I'm nervous about, yeah. Definitely. I mean, listen, any AFC North match could go either way. We beat them, though, early in the year. I definitely think we could beat them whatever. Also, we kind of own the Ravens. I'm not going to lie. We kind of own the Ravens. Bears, Vikings last night, snooze fest. I thought Josh Dobbs would pull away. I'm rooting for him as a former Steeler he is. He had 4 interceptions. Justin Fields, 217 yards. DJ Moore had 114 yards. Justin Fields also had 59 yards rushing. But I don't even think we saw any touchdowns. Yeah, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Bears literally won the game without scoring a touchdown? Come on, Vikings. The only receiving touchdown was TJ Hawkinson, of course. 5 receptions for the yards. Justin Jefferson's coming back soon. But, man, they got to get better. Josh Dobbs, man. The magic hopefully didn't run out for you. Hopefully not. I'm rooting for you. But that's my NFL recap. Definitely cool doing this. I'm going to start doing. I'm just going to, honestly, I'd rather lose to them in the final game and beat them in playoffs. Oh, yeah. I agree. Maybe we won't play. I mean, we're projected to play the Dolphins right now, first round. Not looking good. But either way, live streaming, I enjoy it. I'm just going to start live streaming all my shows now. I definitely enjoy it. It's easier. It's more fun being able to interact. So, Derpy Entertainment, I appreciate you stopping by. But definitely fun. Definitely a good time doing it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe. I'm out, guys. Peace.